What is up, guys? I have a fun deck for you today. We're going back to Thrive, and this time it's Trynet's Techy Gerni. The idea he had is because a lot of those lower golds got buffed up in points and lowered in provisions. They work really well with Thrive because you get to tech in cards to interact and hopefully shut down a couple of your opponent's plays, but then that are also proccing your Thrive units. And it's a really good idea, really good stuff. Like it, and the benefit is since you're playing neutrals, now you get to run things like Oneiromancy and Eideran, which Oneiromancy is great in any deck, and then Eideran's perfect for this one. So that's a little bit of the overview. We'll kind of run through the cards really fast, give you an idea. For its Vizgith, just a great leader, good interactions with other monster cards, but just getting an extra Thrive unit is phenomenal and can play for a lot of points over the whole game. We're doing Crystal Skull here. Probably tactical advantage is fine, but I really like having the Vel there. It just negates poisons on a unit that's now going to be, 9-10 strength. Because Ball's running around with Nilfgaard kind of resuming its stance, coming back to be more present. And Harmony shows up every once again. They've got some poison units, so I just like having Vel, but you could definitely probably do tactical advantage or even just Magic Lamp here. But Crystal tactical advantage is better to try and keep dominance. But anyways, so we got Neuromancy, gets us what we want. Old Spear Tip, Ugin, Ozril, Goliath. These are like our big players that are proccing lots of Thrives and give us a lot of points. Axie. So first of our tech cards here. Purify unit and reset its power. And being at 5 strength, there's a good chance that it is proccing Thrives. So this card can actually play for a lot of value. Really good against, so you go up against Colgrim, right? And you move the defender away with the Drowner. And then Axie comes and just completely resets the power on Colgrim. Very good chance you're winning that. Going off Colgrim, right, they're running Siri Nova. This purifies defender status. Fortunately, you lose the reset its power, but you're negating 8 points of carryover, so it's really good. Even just on the Nilfgaardian defender, right? You're bringing that back down to 1 point. So this card I think is very rarely going to break, but it occasionally can. So you could throw in another Geralt there if you wanted, but this one's good because of the 5 strength, it's proccing Thrives, and resetting in power, you're usually finding targets. Eideran, use it on leader, use it with Draga Larvas, use it with Neckers, get a bunch of extra ones, lots of points. Ada, when you have Dominus, damaging by 4 is huge. You can shut down early engines with this card, really good. Beast, phenomenal engine piece, 2 points per turn that we shouldn't have an issue getting to work with these massive cards over here. Parrying Phantom, just going to sit there and grow. And then we get a nice damage by 3 if we ever need it. Another tech card, Locky unit, coming down 6 for 6 is really great. 6 is almost always going to be proccing some of your Thrive units. Same with Xavier. Both those is just phenomenal. Now, he's not as good against Lippy as he was, where you could just put him down and get rid of 3 cards, but you're negating Oneiromancies, and even just hitting a Ceres is pretty strong. And because you're going to be playing this unit later in the round, you're usually getting a better lock, whereas some of bronze lock units, you're playing them earlier in the round and your locks are going to be as good. He can usually get you some pretty good value. We got Riders, lots of points, thinning, good stuff. Got 2 Drowners here, love this card for the movement. And we do get a little bit of damage. And then not to mention the Thrive tag. Draga Larva, best bronze monster card probably. Yeah. And irrespective of that, you just want this card because synergies that are in. And you're getting 2 Thrive units. Noonrace, unfortunately here, because we're not Devotion, we lose Conquerors. But, it's just 4 for 6. It's just some points. It's good stuff. Necker Warriors, Bruxas, and Necker. There's your Thrive units, your low ones that you're going to play early and get a lot of points from later game. So yeah, there's a run through of the deck. This is definitely, because it's interactive, I think it's a more fun way of playing this deck, because normally you just sequence your cards and then your kind of strategy comes from how you want to get round control and control round links. This one you have that option, then you also have, okay, what am I using my Axie against? What am I using my Dorgray against? When do I need to drop Xavier to try and go and start banishing some of the cards that I'd want to? So it makes for a really fun thing. It's pretty cool as Trynet came up with, so I'll link to his video down below, and let's hop into the games.
The North shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Gross. Okay, we at least have a red coin here. Axie's gonna be massive. I got too many thrive. Okay, too many thrive. Axie will be huge if he's doing Colgrim Clog with Nova. Be nice. Be really, really nice. If Ada Neuromancy or Ada. That's where they get a lot of their points from, is that card. Should we just go ahead and get Riders out? That works with me. Sequencing is going to be a little rough, but that Nazca is going to grow up, and I have so many cards that are low to the ground that it just might be kind of rough. Okay, there's both Nazca Sergeants. I like to see that. But at the same time, it's guaranteeing him almost round control, and that's a little bit scary. Good play Adder in here, but you know, it's just going to get locked or moved. Like, it's not worth it. So, we're just going to start going. Thrive units. Hopefully we can maybe outpoint him. But if he's clogged, which he almost most certainly is, he's going to have good targets for it. But if this isn't clog, I do like seeing that because that's a lot of points lost from him in future rounds.
Stand and fight.
We'll have points though. Hopefully there's like an Neuromancer or something that we can get rid of, or a coup. But I don't know if in Neuromancy this is looking like, oh, wow, okay, maybe this is lockdown Soldier's Ball.
The power of Nilfgaard.
Okay, let's go with that. I think I'd rather go up against Soldier's Ball than Clog. Right? They're both terrible, but right? Clog's just annoying because it's like, you can't play your cards. Like, I think a lot of the hate with Nilfgaard comes, it's like, you at least want to just play your strategy, and they're just like, nope. And like, it's nice when you each play your strategy and it's like, oh, they won, or I miscalculated. I should have done this. And it just doesn't kind of play out like that. But when you just like cannot even get anything off, it's like, oh, lock, kill. Gets a little frustrating. And I mean, that's just to be said about control in general. I mean, like, I'll play control decks, but
Don't touch those mixtures. Sustain.
when you can't even at least get to your cards, like, at least there's an attempt that you're playing it and like the hope that it goes off. Okay, I guess we'll go Apparent Phantom here. I mean, we're still close in point. Like, if I have to drop a Spear Tip, I'll drop a Spear Tip. I don't care. And I might not even have to. Even just go Xavier here, like.
Wars are won with discipline, my lords.
But that being said, with control, I would not mind if Gwent pulled back on how much removal is in there. I think removal should be a little bit harder to get to.
I love Pavetta.
Okay, should we go Spear Tip here? I mean, if we go Spear Tip, we're still getting another proc on Xavier, like if we need it. Play him up here. Because what you most certainly would not want to do is play it in the middle of those two cards, because Treason has popped back out again. And we might be winning on even here, which is really good. Okay, that's really scary. I mean, this puts us ahead.
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
Just in case. I mean, might as well. Probably passing next time, so we'll go ahead and do this. But we're getting some decent cards from him now, and we're really not. I mean, Spear Tip has big loss, and he has good amount of points off of that. But yeah, back to. I really wouldn't mind that if Gwent kind of pulled back from it. They kind of seem to double down on it, and it's just. And also, it's nice when it's conditional removal. What the heck? Oh, I got the double boy off of it. Iron's almost certainly getting locked or something, right? Like, we should just maybe play that. Yeah, it seems stupid, but... I doubt that card's living, and if we can take the round here and flush out the last thing, I think it's worth it. But let's not play that back row because, oh shoot, any sort of Igni or anything is just massive. Well, okay.
Oh, don't dare cross me, or my friend here will tear you
to pieces. A little bit hairy here. I actually wouldn't mind getting Igni right here. That'd actually be kind of worth it. Oh, I should have played that because of the bleeding. I should have played that melee. But yeah, they seem to have doubled down on it, where there's just all this removal stuff, and except for Matic, decks are not running into it too much, so this could definitely be an instance of I don't know what I'm talking about, which is half the time always the case. Okay, perfect. Take the round. Worth the investment. I mean, we'll get the round here. We're gonna bleed them out. Our short round is gonna be a lot better, but the Spear Tip's gonna hurt here for them. But I think if Gwent was just more focused on you play your strategies and they go out and whoever does it better, sequences better, wins. And this game's like, nah. It's like, how do I have a turn joust? Okay, I mean, this is a pretty good hand. We probably want a Thrive card, but I do have an Oneromancy. Probably just do that for you, Gerni. And so locks are another side of that, where cut down on locks.
I do not mince words on principle.
And it'd be nice if locks were, you know, like you tech it in. And if Nilfgaard having a couple more in some of their bronzes, that's fine. That's fine. We'll play this here. But that interaction would be good because then it's like, okay, when do I use this lock? What do I save it for? Am I know the deck runs this? I'm gonna save it till the very end for that. It's like move like teching in cards. Okay, wow, there you go. Absolutely stomping him. Love to see it. Love to see it. I'm curious though if that had ball or not, but hey, take the win. But yeah, just to wrap up. But like, it's nice if your interactions and control were limited to teching in cards instead of like just auto includes. Like boiling oil. Your Northern Realms just throwing your boiling oils. So I don't know. Maybe that's something I can discuss in a video a bit more. But yeah, let's move to the next one. Harmony.
You best yield now.
Continue to see the return of Harmony. Can't say I'm too mad in its instance, as we don't have stupid double waters. A little more tolerable. Okay, decent hand here. They're not running lots of removal. They're running poisons. So this looks pretty fine. We can have Neuromancy. Maybe for like a Xavier to get rid of there. Well, nah, that wouldn't be Devotion. Ugrin. We could probably take a mulligan though. Nah, we're fine. So, bowmen do show up in these lists. So when you're going against Harmony, you do want to kind of a little bit favor melee. But round 3, you're going to want to switch that. Especially if you have a lot of low units like this. Because, Gezras.
I'd gladly fight, but my faith forbids it.
Alright, we're going to go Bruxa. Now, the good thing with this leader for this opponent going against us is like normally if they just went waters and they had a different leader, out of here could completely erase a Triad Fledgling. Fortunately, we don't have that luxury, but this lock is probably something we want to save, and then having Axie is huge for resetting.
Special prize, just for you, love.
Okay, so we could get dominance. Just say screw it, give dominance to that. Oh wait, no we do because of the bleeding. That's perfect. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Double check always before you place to make sure you have it. And kill that. I mean, a lot of carryover. And I mean, losing a couple points here from, because obviously we would want to sequence warrior next. Go ahead and intern. But it's fine. Don't be afraid in these Thrive lists that are playing someone interactive to break that interactivity to make sure you get things to pop off. Like if we had Gerni in hand, we'd probably need to be playing him pretty soon. Against most decks, because you want as much armor. But against this deck with poisons, actually kind of fun to play it a lot later. Okay, Fob's already coming out. Probably for Rebuke. Nope. Get a lot of points for our opponent.
Elven gladly.
Okay, we're going to start spreading out our cards a little bit, because this one won't die to a bowman. And we'll go ahead and boost that up. So when you're playing this leader, a thing you consider is what kind of round length do you want versus your opponent. Because it's pretty easy for you, for monsters in general, to get a round 1 win. And now granted, we could still lose this because Harmony just has points. And you evaluate like, okay, is their 3-card round just okay, well, we got out of that really easy. So right now, we go, obviously their 10-card round is probably absolutely smashing us into the ground and leaving nothing left. So we got to try and bleed them out. And then you decide like how much do you want to bleed out, because this leader does really good with about 5 cards. It's plays slow, but then it scales super fast all of a sudden. Okay, it's good to have that. We do have a Neuromancy. Thrive units. I mean, I could really use like Indraga or something. We need Thrive units though, unfortunately. I guess I have an Neuromancy here. Really does get into 5-card round, and so that's what you kind of want to aim for round 3. Especially in the, like, your more like non-interactive ones where you're running the Wild Hunt guy, because he's phenomenal for a round like that. And then you go, okay, can we beat him in 5-card rounds? Yes, no. Sometimes you might actually scale better in a longer round against something like some point slam things. I think we maybe just go Idaran here. I wish we had a larva, but Idoran and getting 2 of those is pretty big. And we need to push.
She's rather hungry, you see.
Sorry that my explanation for all this wasn't too clear, because I'm trying to explain what my brain is currently processing. Okay, well, he's dropping leader first. Alright. But yeah, so
Never ever whistle
to
in a
summarize that probably incoherent mess, we want to bring the cards down because we're looking for about 5 cards, and we should be able to beat Harmony then, especially if they get rid of Waters. But depending on how they sequence, sometimes we just come in with a Spear Tip, Ozrael, you know, Goliath, we would beat them in a 3-card round. So that's kind of an evaluation you need to make with this. And I think we'll go ahead and go Bruxa next. Playing the miner here to protect something, and I wonder which. Okay, Smuggler. Don't have movement.
Show me the coin or sod off.
Go ahead and get Warrior down. And then we can, I'm fine playing like a Dorgray to lock that. But he gets only a couple hand boosts, it's fine. Okay, so yeah, there's the Bowman. Mastodon instead of playing back row, but the reason why I was doing that is in case we go all in for Gezras. I think we go ahead and play this.
I do not mince words.
Could probably have better
On
locks,
principle.
but let's shut down carryover because I will help him in a shorter round. Next we'll go like the Aperium Phantom. Oh, we got Purify. Okay. And when you're bleeding, you got to make sure you commit a card that can actually bleed things out. I can be bad with that, where I try and bleed, but with nothing really that's gonna fully pull out your opponent, so you end up staying a card down.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Alright, we're gonna play the Beast now. Watch, this thing's gonna be like boosting the dragon. So, I'm kind of fine committing whole hand here, but it's gonna get a little risky. Because we're gonna be, we have to like draw Ozrael. Commit this and like one other card. Go ahead and get out. We really want to see the Gezras come out. Okay, so this is losing 6 points. This is only losing 3, so we're gonna go for that.
Let's get this over with.
Do we go ahead and pop this? Sure. Okay, love to see it.
There's a great deal to be learned from it.
And we take our pass here. It's good that we pulled out some of that carryover value off the Smuggler. And we'll have 4 cards. We should be really good. We should be in a really good spot. Still can lose because he's got Waters. And he also might be able to just pass here. Okay, he plays a card. I probably think he could have just passed.
Too slow.
Yeah, I think that's a misplay by my opponent. But I'm not gonna complain. I'll have to check the math on that, but I'm pretty sure he could have just passed. But that card's probably Waters. I hope it was. And that it wasn't like, you know, Dragon that's gaining a lot of value. Okay, this is good. We have a Neuromancy for Ozril. This plane maybe kind of a little slow. Especially if you had a Bowman. What would we prefer instead? I mean, so what does that get us? So we play 3 cards above it. So they boost up 3 times, so 4, I mean it's 8 points. I guess we take it. Bowman would really hurt with that though.
If this is me now, who was I before?
Play melee here because he's not gonna have Gezras and it will protect against Bowman. Yeah, sure. So our sequencing here is this, then we'll go like Spear Tip, then Ygern, and then we'll Neuromancy for Ozril. Okay. Yeah, Ygern's gonna die here. Oh, he's got poisons. Actually, if he completely poisons that, he's gonna be able to kill us. I think he's just won. That is rough. That is rough. Oh man, just please don't have another poison. Bye bye, Ygern. Yeah. Just please don't have another poison. He's gonna Neuromancy for it. Aw, man. Yeah, we lost.
You shall regret standing in my way.
Yeah, this poison's hurt. Well, we're gonna go for it because you never know. We got some Thrive procs too. But I don't think it's enough. 1 point. It's always 1 point, man. Ugh. That is unfortunate. Could have just gotten Waters out. That would have been amazing. Oh well.